name is Steve Stevens, the best sports consultant money can buy. I make more money betting sports than anybody in the world. I'm the one that tells you who to bet. I'm not a bookie, I'm the Bookie Killer.
If money talks, then I got a lot to say. I'm on the grind trying to make $100,000 a day. The game that I pick, believe me, it's a winner. What I know could get you rich, cause all I pick is winners. Welcome to Las Vegas. Money talks, money talks. Welcome to Las Vegas.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are now tuned into the VIP Sports Podcast. I'm Steve Stevens, a.k.a. the Bookie Killer. They call me El Scorcho in the streets, sitting here with my co-host, the Big Skipper, known as the chiropractor in the sports world because he's known to straighten people out. Good morning, Skip.
How you doing? Chinese food and Guinness beer. I do not suggest it.
Well, no, one word, shit.
Yeah, not together.
Yeah, not together at all. Why, is that what you did?
Do not have Chinese food for dinner and then go out to the bar and drink 6 pints of Guinness. It doesn't work, brother.
Oh, you shit your pants for sure. The week before it was Red Bull and vodka. That you just can't seem to get your...
Listen, I live life, dude. I mean, I do what I want to do, when I want to do it, how I want to do it.
Yeah.
There are repercussions for this type of a lifestyle, Mr. Stevens.
You're motherfucking right.
You cannot go out and have Chinese food with the family and then put them to bed and go down to the corner bar and drink 6 pints of Guinness.
No.
It doesn't work, man. It just doesn't work.
Stomachache waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Well, you're chipper. You're here. You're excited. You've been here since 7 a.m., but are you just playing it off? Or?
Well, I'm cleaned out, that's for sure.
So deep down you feel like shit.
So God.
That's pretty, we might as well put that together as a recipe for a fucking local enema.
Absolutely.
Because you cleaned out.
Yeah, if you're going for a colonoscopy in the near future, I got your formula. Chinese food and Guinness beer.
Either that or Benihana's. Go eat a couple fucking sides of that ginger fucking sauce. You'll be shitting before you come out the goddamn door.
That ginger they put on the salad?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it tastes good.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Feels great.
Oh, you dip your shrimp in it, you dip your steak in it. Before you know it, your ass is dipping right on the fucking shit in your fucking pants.
Dip your dick in it. Whatever you want to dip in it, baby.
Anyway, we got a good show for you guys today. As you know, it's November 5th, 2017.
Wow.
Podcast number 144. You know what we find out? She's still a whore.
You ain't lying. I mean, time's going so fast that it's the 9th already.
Yeah, you goddamn right.
It's fucking unbelievable.
Thanksgiving's here basically tomorrow. I mean, this is the Veterans Day podcast.
Yes.
Want to give a shout out there to all the veterans out there. As you know, school is off tomorrow. It'll be celebrated tomorrow.
Right side's happy about that.
Oh, I'm sure he is. Shout out to Pepe and Sean. I'm sure they're real excited not to be going to school.
Yeah,
especially
three-day weekend for the kids, huh?
Absolutely. I'm sure Sean's looking forward to riding his new KX 250 I just got him.
Nice.
Yeah, you know, I got myself a little 250 as well. I got me a used one, but
nice.
I got to take it easy. I'm sure on the next podcast I'll have a broken leg or something. You know what I mean?
You gonna head out in the desert on a couple mini bikes?
Yeah,
a couple dirt bikes?
Yeah. They're real fast. They're real aggressive, and I have to watch my P's and Q's before I.
Let me ask you this: do they have old mine shafts out there in the desert like they do back in Pennsylvania? We used to ride up in the mountains.
Oh, fuck that!
You'd have to watch out for the old mine shafts.
What do they got a sign right at your own wrist? Fuck that!
Yeah, pretty much they do.
Yeah, no thanks.
You go flying through the desert, all of a sudden, boom, right down in the mine shaft.
What is Skip? Las Vegas is the desert.
No, that's what I mean.
When we were kids, like I was born and raised in Northtown, we were on a half acre. You literally ride out your backyard. We were in the desert.
Yeah, awesome.
I remember the Cheyenne track, all sorts of type of shit.
We rode through cornfields and we made paths through the woods, you know, our own trails. But
I love it.
We had to watch out for the mine shafts. They don't have anything like that in the desert out here?
No, but I got the bikes because it brought me back to old times. You know, I'm not gonna lie. You know, hanging out with the family, I do nonstop. We go out of town, we do this. I have a couple beers. I go gamble. At the $100 machines, nothing's worse than hitting a game for $50,000 and giving 50 back on the fucking video poker. I mean, it's it's something that I'm about to cut out of my program because as I get to this age, it's just it's a very expensive habit because we're not looking to win. You and I are social gamblers.
Yeah, it's just for a couple drinks, burn a couple cigarettes. You know, that's about it.
That's it. But anyway, we got a great show for you, ladies and gentlemen.
Let me ask you something real quick. Could you ever go back to betting like a $5 machine?
Me?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
I mean, it would do absolutely nothing for you.
No interest, no excitement.
So it's a little more than the social thing or just getting out and just killing some time and being alone or whatever. I mean, you actually have to fire them. Like, what's the minimum machine you play? Like $25?
You've seen it firsthand.
Well, I know what I've seen, but I mean, when I'm not with you, do you ever just?
I start at 50.
Okay.
I go in there. I'll start at 50.
And that's not 50 cents, people.
No, $50.
$50 machine.
Yeah.
So that's $250 a crack.
$250 a crack.
5 credits at a time.
Pay it up, pound it out a little bit, get this machine built up, hit a 4 of a kind. As soon as you get it built up or you hit a few things, switch right over to the hundo, and you're off and running.
Okay. Because I know that's pretty much what you do when I'm with. But I mean, when I'm not with, do you ever just go out just to get away from the family for an hour or two and just play $10 video poker, like $50 a hand? That does nothing for you.
Absolutely not. You've seen at the Gold Coast, I hit the $10 Royal. I wasn't even excited.
Right.
40 grand. I mean, that's what I'm saying. What is wrong with me?
Okay.
So, yeah, no, I understand
So there's
that.
no going backwards. It's either just stop or just keep firing 500 a hand.
Yeah, I'm not the guy that you'll see at the end of the bar just tapping the machine playing dollars or $2 or $5 because you hit something. It's not even worth your fucking time.
Well, see, the reason I ask is because I can still do that. However, I feel myself at the point where I can't go out and just play a dollar machine anymore.
No, you're bored.
Yeah.
You're used to the big jackpots is what you're used to.
Yeah, like Halloween, I went down to Fremont, as you well know, and I'm sitting at the bar just getting tuned in, getting started, okay? And I'm playing dollar video poker because that was the max they had at the bar, $1. You know, I hit a Royal for $4 grand. I'm like, I'm happy. I was pumped up.
But nothing.
It didn't tickle me the way that $10 fucking Royal for 40 grand, that tickles me. That's an impact.
Your Keno machine, when I was with you, that you hit 5 times in one night, those are playing what, 13,000, 12.5 each?
I hit 5 7 spots in a real short period of time.
No, but what does that pay? 12?
Anywhere between 7,000 and 14,000 each time, depending on how many credits you're playing.
Because my machine on the 7 spot, as you see, pays 66,000.
Well, you're playing $5 fucking Keno. I'm playing 50.
And it takes 8 credits.
I'm playing 50-cent 4-card Keno.
So what's that, $40? Because it takes 8 credits. So it's $40 a hand I'm hitting.
It takes 16 credits. There's 4 cards, and it's 4 for every card as a max.
There's a 4-card Keno. I just play regular.
It's $8 a spin is basically what I'm playing. $8 a roll. But when you win, it's anywhere from 7,000 to 14,000. That still tickles me a little bit.
Tickles you?
Yeah.
I bet it does. But, like, you know what? What about the guy that comes in from out of town, that goes to the rodeo? Old Terry out there comes in, plays the machine, throws a $100 bill in, and hits a fucking $4,000 Royal flush.
It makes his whole fucking trip.
That's what I'm saying, dude. What
I'm saying is, what is going on with my life? What is going on with my life, people?
A famous quote from Money Talks.
When I can sit at the bar, hit a $1 Royal,
and I'm
like, okay, great, you know.
It's never enough, Skip.
So that's what I'm asking. Is it ever fucking enough, Steve?
No, but I am getting sick and tired of being sick and tired of doing it.
Okay.
So I want to find a different hobby when I get excited to go do. I don't think I could drink a couple beers and go ride these motorcycles, but I'm just going to have to.
Well, see, the motorcycle is not gonna work with your other hobbies.
No.
See, you can do the gambling with your other hobbies.
I don't have
the other hobbies you have are not going to coincide with motorcycles, man. That's a prescription for a whole other disaster.
Let's be real with each other, though. You and
I'm trying to be.
No, but I'm saying we're sworn into this life. So if you really think about it and you take a step back, we wake up at 6 in the morning.
Right.
We meet till fucking 10 o'clock, talk about everything we're going to do our socials, do our show, talk about the week.
Right.
Every day have a meeting with the guys. We don't get home. I'm at home at what, 6:30, 6:45?
6:30, 7 o'clock.
Okay, so you have a couple hours to spend with the family.
It's a 12-hour day.
Skip, the only time we do get to go do something is when the family goes to sleep from that span of 9 till, we tell ourselves just from 9 to 1, but it's 9 to 5.
Do you ever find yourself watching a movie and just can't fucking wait till it gets over, till it's 10 o'clock?
So you can put everyone to sleep and bounce.
Yeah, you know everybody's going to lay down, everybody's going to sleep.
Yeah.
I'm just going to hang out in the living room for another hour or two, and I want to watch something that I missed earlier in the week.
You just pour some MSG on the popcorn.
Knowing you're heading straight out to the garage, popping the garage door, and you're heading down to the local bar for an hour or two.
Gone.
Yeah.
You know, I got to give a shout out to my home builder out there in Red Rock because he made me. My house got the most quiet garage door. I mean, that garage door has saved me many, many times from. Because Kelly will come out in a pair of sweats, show up at the Red Rock, be standing over the machine. Time to go home.
Oh, I know she will. Yeah.
Oh, making phone calls. But anyway, I guess we have a sports show to do.
Yeah, we do. Sorry about that.
We got to. Well, hey, listen. This whole show is to bring them into our lives. I think they can appreciate.
Well, you just came in. For a little while, we opened the door there. We let you in.
And now I'm shutting it. Fair enough?
And now I'm shutting it. Hold on a second.
Fuck.
Hold on. Let me get ready for the show, Steve.
That's right. Oh.
And this is for the guy that said I look like a lint roller or I'm as clean as a lint roller.
Clean as a whistle, fresh as a fucking lint roller, Skipper.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, like I said, it's an exciting weekend. It's Veterans Day observed tomorrow. Special thanks to all of the past and present servicemen and women that have supported us. I appreciate everything you guys done.
Absolutely.
College basketball is here. Also, Saturday is a full slate of college football games that are enough to excite everybody, Skip. You got a couple marquee matchup in South Beach. You got the NFL. You got NBA. NHL is in full effect. I mean,
there is so much going on right now. I said it last week on the podcast. Man, if you ever wanted to bet sports and you never have, and you listen to us every week and you're like, man, I just want to get into this, now is the time. It's better now than it's ever been because you got hockey every night. You got NBA basketball every night. You got college and pro football 6-7 days a week right now. And starting Friday night, 160 college basketball games, Steve. The start of the college basketball season, it's here. If you're one of those guys that's been sitting there on your sofa, or you're watching games, or you're in your office, and you're just like, man, I got to give this a shot, now's the time. It doesn't get any better than this. November's the greatest month of the year when it comes to betting sports. For my money, there's so much opportunity out there, Steve, and you're able to spot these soft lines at times like this when everything is going on. The odds makers can't keep up with all this right now.
No, they can't. Not to mention, we're coming live and direct from the Mecca here in Las Vegas.
Yes,
we're not
are.
A couple guys in Florida talking sports. You know what I mean?
Straight from the betonline.ag studios. Right?
I was just going to say, coming live and direct from our fresh studio out here, state of the art, I must say.
Absolutely.
Sponsored by our good boys over there at betonline.ag. What do you say we get into the show? Ladies and gentlemen, you want to get a hold of us? Like I said, we don't text message, we don't email. I can tell you one more time, free can be the most expensive word in the world. The VIP Sports Podcast is all about sports betting and the legalization of sports betting. What we want to do is make you better sports bettors. We want to teach you the lingo and show you a second income. It's a billion/trillion-dollar industry, and you deserve your fair share of it. Bottom fucking line.
There's enough to go around. Come and get it, people.
You want to get a hold of us, 877-220-6540. Go to our website at VIPSportsLasVegas.com. We got packages for all size, shapes, and colors of sports bettors. You can't be prejudiced to the size, shape, or color of the ball. As long as we got information and it pays, it's all that fucking matters last time I checked. I don't care if it's a pissing contest or a cockroach race. If I got the information and it pays, get the fucking ticket in and let's go get paid.
That's what she said. We got packages of all shapes and sizes, my friend.
You got them short and fat. You got them fat and long. You got everything you want around here. You got little Adam over there.
Why'd you point at me when you said short and fat?
You've constantly referred to your cock as a Coke can.
What the fuck
So,
was that?
I mean, there's not no length in
A Coke can.
they call you Coke can, Skip, from what I understand.
It might not be as long as an elephant trunk.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But it's as wide as a Coke can.
That's what I mean. You've made that claim several times, so I'm obviously thinking it's real.
I'm here for all those women that love girth, baby.
Oh, if you ask,
actually, let me clarify that. I'm taken.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Okay. Had I been available?
We're talking shit. It's a show.
Yeah.
However,
have I been available? Yeah, I'm as wide as that fucking camera lens over there.
I guarantee you, if you ask 100 women, 90 or more will take girth over length any day long.
I've never seen that have a problem. Steve.
No, like I said, bottoming out don't do nothing but shock them.
Yeah, you know
You
what?
stretch it out.
That shit hurt. Yeah, you don't want to hurt.
Oh, it's all, in order to get a girl a good teardrop, it's all in the stretch. You got to get in there and stretch that thing around a little bit.
You've got to elasticate that.
Hashtag, it's all in the stretch.
Spread that shit like a balloon.
Goddamn right. You got to prime the pump. Might even want to, get down on it first.
Get back to the show.
If you're watching the VIP Sports Podcast on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to our channel. And when you click the subscribe button, make sure you also click that little bell. That way you get notification alerts to anything Skip and I are doing, Rolls Royce cams, motivation. We appreciate your thumbs up. We appreciate all your comments. Everybody that's been with us from day one, we truly appreciate you. And like I said, all we want to do is our job to make sure that we take care of you. We want to welcome all of our new listeners from around the world on Podcast One.
Oh, lots of them.
Lots of listeners on the Podcast One network.
My phone's been ringing off the hook from people calling in from Podcast One.
Shout out to Podcast One out there. We are excited to be bringing you into my life as a guy that bets big and lives larger, rather than some internet guy that claims to be a world-class handicapper when he's sitting in his grandmother's basement, doesn't bet, doesn't have any money, doesn't even have a car to go get top ramen at the local store.
Looking for the kiosk at the local casino so he can put in a $10 parlay.
You guys work too fucking hard to take some bullshit from a bullshitter. You got to make sure you call a spade, do your research, make sure the company's licensed and bonded. I've been in the same location for 15 years. We don't change our number, brother. We've had the same toll-free number for this is our 16th year.
I've had the same phone number for 21 years.
Yeah, we don't run, we don't hide.
21 years I've had the same phone number.
Yeah. Can you say that?
Yeah, I can.
No, people in our industry.
Yeah.
Can you say that you've had the same number that long? You've got to have about 300 burnouts.
Yeah. You work with the big skipper. I'm with you day in and day out. We'll never let you down.
Absolutely. Anyway, you want to check us out on the Podcast One app, Apple Podcasts, or at podcast1.com. And if you are just listening to the podcast and you're not watching it, you're missing out. So make sure you check us out on YouTube every week. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, VIP Sports LV. Direct message me with any question you have. I'll make sure that I have my guy respond back to you. No question is a dumb question, except if it's a question with how do you flip $100?
Yeah.
How do you flip it? You go right down to the grocery store, buy you some groceries, and that you
flip your sake a couple burgers.
And flip your balls left to right because you shouldn't be gambling.
Yeah, you got $100 to play with. Like you said, go buy a couple of burgers and flip them on your grill.
All right, let's get right down to it, Skip. We got some UCLA players that are in trouble here.
Oh, we do, don't we?
Lonzo Ball's brother seems that...
the Bulls are at it again, huh?
Yeah, it seems like the Bulls are in trouble, my friend. And this is some off-the-court news. Like I said, UCLA. The off-the-court news is brought to you by betonline.ag, which is one of the web's most popular betting destinations. Sign up for an account using the promotional code ALLDAY. Get a 50% welcome bonus instantly added to your bankroll. With its management team together since 1991, betonline.ag offers wagering on nearly every sport and event possible. Once you're in the action, you'll see firsthand why betonline.ag has an A+ rating, including the earliest opening odds in the industry, the best live betting software in the business, and most importantly, fast payouts. BetOnline.ag, because you can. Back to the UCLA. After their arrest for shoplifting in China on Tuesday, UCLA freshman LiAngelo Ball and teammates Cody Riley and Jalen Hill were reportedly released on bail. They were supposedly under arrest for suspicion of theft at Louis Vuitton in China.
Oh, my God.
Hold on a second.
So Ball is
These
released.
dudes, what? Listen, I don't know what brother doesn't know. You don't steal any fucking thing in China. You don't do drugs in China. You don't buy weed in China. You don't look for cocaine in China.
What the fuck are you even doing in China?
First of all, you're liable to get your hand cut off for fucking stealing. They will arrest, you do 10 years in jail for an eighth of weed in China. An 8 ball of cocaine, you're probably doing 20 years.
Wow.
So for all you ball players out there that go out there to China and you feel like stealing something from Louis Vuitton, however, what I'm understanding is that they were under suspicion for stealing. I don't think they have been stealing anything.
Well, I think it's a little more. Right now, it's still under suspicion. Steve.
They're just not letting everything out, Skip?
Well, they haven't been prosecuted for anything yet. They've been released on bail on Wednesday. They let them out of jail. However, they are being confined to the team hotel. Now, I said, what the hell are you doing in China? They're actually playing, Georgia Tech in Shanghai on Friday.
Yeah.
UCLA is playing Georgia Tech in Shanghai, China this Friday. What in the fuck are Are United States universities playing college basketball games in Shanghai, communist China?
You know how much money that costs on top of it?
Are you kidding me? What is this?
Do you know how much money that costs us?
Enough. I mean, what? I'm sure a couple million probably. I don't know.
But obviously
what are they doing over there?
Well, I'm giving you the answer. They obviously paid a lot of fucking money to have it out there. They probably paid the universities a hefty amount of money.
That's insane. You got 18-year-old kids over in Shanghai, China, playing a college basketball game.
China's basketball is huge in China, Skip.
Well, yeah, I'm sure it is. What are
No, I'm telling you.
What are we looking for? The next fucking Yao Ming? Or, I mean, are they on a recruiting mission or
Buddy,
what?
they got 7-foot Chinese guys all day
sure
long
they
now.
do.
I don't know how they're breeding them or what they're doing because I don't know how those little cocks get the guys to be 7 foot tall. They're definitely injecting.
I was a little Chinese cock.
You mix a little cock with a little bean, and you end up with a big 7-footer, huh?
God
Those
almighty.
guys are getting made in a lab like Drago. You know what I mean?
Is that stereotyping?
Probably. But I mean, it don't
Probably.
fucking matter.
We're
I'm a
probably-
hypocrite and a stereotype. It doesn't fucking matter.
We're probably stereotyping.
Our show is to give you our opinion on what we
Yeah,
feel.
It's
So-
our opinion that Chinese people have little penises.
Yeah.
Correct?
So, yeah, correct. No, it's a fucking fact.
And how are they making 7-foot fucking basketball players?
Injectables.
Injectables.
Yeah. So, through many of the details of the week's incident remain unknown, UCLA players could be in prison for 3 to 10 years.
Wow.
So, I mean, my question is to you people out there, what do you think is going to happen?
Well, Trump's in China right now, isn't he? Maybe he's going to have to make a deal to get him out.
He's going to have to do something.
Or do you think he'll let him there?
3 brothers? Trump's leaving them motherfuckers there.
Trump might just say,
Trump's going to be like, look, man.
Sorry, man. I don't know. Listen, you should have came to me. I could have bought you some fucking Louis Vuitton.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a fucking billionaire. You know what I'm saying? I could have made a deal with the store. We could have left with some goods.
Yeah.
I could have put them on the American Express.
Here's the bottom line. An embarrassment for college basketball, an embarrassment for UCLA.
For the country.
Embarrassment for our country, and it's going to be very, very hard to shake this one off. So good luck, UCLA. You guys are officially fucked.
Yeah, and they're not going to be allowed to play on Friday, obviously, and they're confined to the hotel until the legal process has been played out, according to what I'm hearing.
Some other news that isn't so exciting, which is actually very sad. I made a lot of money on this guy, and I want to give an RIP out to Roy Halladay, who was killed on Tuesday in a small plane while piloting. He crashed into the Gulf of Mexico off the west coast of Florida. Halladay was only 40 years old. God bless him.
Shame, man.
Halladay's love for flying stemmed from his reported, from his New York Post. After retiring from Major League Baseball, he said, I'm leaving the field to hit the skies. Well, so his dream and his passion was to be in a plane and to fly. And
his father was a corporate pilot for years, apparently, and he's been flying since he's a kid. His father was a pilot, and he always had a passion to fly, and when he retired at the age, 35, with $100 million in the bank plus, I guess he bought himself a plane or two and just took up flying.
How high are you guys? John Denver, JFK, Ball, the list goes on and on and on of guys that are rich guys.
Leonard Skinner.
Yeah, find a fucking pilot and fly on a jet. JFK was flying upside down. He was so fucking drunk.
I don't know. Listen, man, Doc Halladay was one of my favorite pitchers. I got a soft spot in my heart.
Yeah, me
too.
too.
He was a Philly for 4 years, as we all know. I was at the game against the Cincinnati Reds. I believe that was the NLDS. That year was, 2010, I believe, his first year with the Phillies.
Yep.
I was at the game in the playoffs against the Reds when he threw the no-hitter, Steve. I was there. I got goosebumps just talking about it.
Well, it's a fucking sad situation,
The
man.
little hairs on my arms are standing up.
Very, very sad situation.
Doc Halladay, rest in peace, my friend. You were a fucking beast.
Now, what everybody's waiting for is we're going to get into our college section, which everybody's excited for.
Oh, you know they are.
We're going to recap some things that we said last year. Once again, we've gave out a lot of fucking winners.
Yes.
We've gave out a lot of crucial information that you just can't get anywhere else.
And that's what they're waiting for, because they know we're going to give them some more free winners here today if they just listen up.
Goddamn right. We're going to get into a little bit of college basketball. Skip, who's college basketball sponsored by?
Paperhead.com. Who else, Steve? Are you ready to start making some real money? Then start your own business with the best player management software in the business at Paperhead.com. Built with exclusive tools to maximize your profits quickly and easily, Paperhead's secure and user-friendly platform allows you to be your own boss, get a piece of this billion-dollar industry called sports betting. Get a pen, jot down this number that's on your screen right now, should be showing right there right now, and you'll get Paperhead's stellar platform for just $3, $3 gross $3 per head. You heard it right, $3 per head when you call 888-978-0288. And this promotion is being offered exclusively for the fans of the VIP Sports Podcast. So call 888-978-0288 today. And if you're like Steve Stevens and you bet big and you live larger, there's no better place than Paperhead.com. Fair enough?
Get into a little college basketball, which I'm very excited for. 160 games on Friday and games every day going forward as college hoops gets underway Friday, which we couldn't be more excited about. We've told you over and over and over, baseball winds out and basketball kicks in. One everyday sport ends and another one starts. Like I said,
Amen.
Everyday money for a guy like me, for a guy like Skip, for people like our sales force. This is a beautiful time for us right now because it allows us to make money for clients every single day.
College basketball, cha-ching. When's the last time you saw 160 games on the board in one day?
It's been a while, like I said.
The next 6 months, 5.5 months, college basketball every day starting Friday night.
So why would you listen, if you're a guy out there that's listening to our podcast right now, you bet sports, you haven't called us, you're looking at the sheet, you see all those games, there ain't a way in the fucking world
fucking way.
You know what you're doing. There's a chance where you get lucky and you pick a couple games, but
right.
Remember, I turn gray for your payday.
Right.
He's gray for your payday.
I'm gray for your pay.
So we'll do all the stress, we'll do all the work. Let us do our fucking job. It's too tough right now to try to pick out 160 fucking games and try to find you a winner.
That's a very, very good point what he's making right there, folks. If you think
You need us more than ever right now.
Yeah. If you think you're going to take Friday's sheet and look at 160 fucking games,
Ain't happening.
not to mention all the football this weekend and all the hockey, and you're going to just miraculously come up with 2 or 3 winners for yourself on
Ain't
Friday.
happening.
I mean, you're throwing darts. Just admit it. You're either betting with your heart, you're betting against a team that you absolutely hate, you're betting because you're going to watch a game on TV. You're just throwing fucking darts. I mean, your money is worth more than that, is it not, people? We have a staff that is matched by nobody in this industry. The man's got millions of dollars behind him. We got people not just in Vegas, but our team of experts reaches all across the United States. We got college basketball scouts on our payroll that are going to report information into us starting Friday, and they've already started, actually. They've already started for the past week reporting information.
My money's been going out for about 3 months.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if you're not playing with us right now, shame on you. Give us a call. 877-220-6540, and put all of his money and all of his contacts to work for you.
Here's what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about Friday's action. Obviously, everybody's excited about the number 6. Let's just go number 1, Duke, hosts Elon University. Number 2, Michigan State. Who do they take on? North Florida. Not South Florida, not Miami, not Florida State. North Florida.
North Florida.
North side's in the motherfucking house. Name me one. Hey,
Michigan State, the number 2 ranked team in the country. Spartans will be hosting North Florida Friday night.
name me one player on North Florida. I'll give you $10,000.
I don't know one.
And if you can name me
I guarantee our staff does, though.
Oh, guaranteed.
It's not my job to name a player on North Florida.
Without any shadow of a doubt.
My job is to sell your information.
Your job is to take
today.
my service and sell it and fucking get people signed up left and fucking
Correct.
right.
That's my job. Yeah. My job is to make you money, not to know one player on North Florida.
Right. Arizona hosts Northern Arizona, which is going to be a marquee matchup.
Now, I can tell you Northern Arizona is the Lumberjackers.
Correct.
Okay? Shout out to my boy Joe over there in Flagstaff. What up, Joe?
Number 4, Kansas hosts Tennessee State.
Yes.
Number 5, Kentucky hosts Utah Valley. Good marquee matchup there, huh? Kentucky and Utah Valley.
Oh, that's a fucking barn
I thought that was a ranch dressing.
Utah Valley.
Utah Valley.
That's Hidden Valley.
Oh, Hidden Valley. My bad, bro. These motherfuckers are playing ranch dressing in their first game. Number 6, Villanova hosts Columbia. They're playing the Coke Lords now.
That is not fucking Hugo Chavez.
No, it's not.
That is not the Colombian Coke Lords.
Columbia University
Yes,
takes on Villanova, like I said.
That's correct. Columbia. That's a prestigious school.
It is. But we do have information.
Very liberal, prestigious school.
And like I said, those are the top 6 teams. That's what they're playing this week. Like I said, you got to be careful in week 1. Like I said, the lines makers have no clue what they're doing right now. They're going off last year's power rankings. All the lines are soft. However, there's over 60% of these teams have 2 or more new players this year.
Yep.
2 or more people that are gone off the team from last year. And last year's power rankings just isn't going to fucking cut it.
There's no way that you can keep up with all the transfers that there are in college sports. There's hundreds of transfers, players changing, leaving this team, going to another school. You got transfers. You got kids that graduate. You got kids that get drafted into the NBA. You got upcoming freshman class. You got coaching changes. You got assistant coaching changes. You got trainer changes. I mean, there's no freaking way you can keep up with this on your own, people, unless you got no life and this is all you do. Leave it up to us. You got a business to run. You got a family to raise. You are very successful at what you do. Come to us and let us help you build your bankroll and let us help beat your bookie's ass, because this is what we do for a living.
And on that note right there, like I said, Skip, people are asking us, okay, who the fuck is going to win this year? What do I look out for? Who do we look out for, Steve? Well, I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go over a stat from you last week. Grab your pens out. We always teach you something. I'm going to teach you something. These are the top teams against the spread from last year that are playing this weekend, okay? These are the teams that covered the most last year against the spread. These are the same teams that are playing this weekend.
Wow.
You got Southern Methodist.
SMU.
22-7 against the spread, which is 75.9%.
Wow.
Fucking amazing.
I remember last year, Steve, we made a lot of money on SMU.
If a team all year long can take you 79%, that is a blessing in disguise. That is
76%.
absolutely fucking amazing.
SMU got the money. The Mustangs got you paid 76% of their games last year, and we made a fucking fortune betting SMU. We even coined SMU. It doesn't stand for Southern Methodist University anymore. Around here, SMU stands for Send
Money
Money Urgently.
Round here. Damn right. Number 2, ladies and gentlemen, top covering teams last year, not Paul, but St. Peter's.
Yeah, Peter.
Okay? Not Paul, not St. Paul, St. Peter's.
Yeah,
Saint-
I bet they didn't know that.
Now, 21-9, and they're hitting 70% on the year against the spread, which is amazing. Write that down. Write this down.
I guarantee you didn't know that St. Peter's was the number 2
Covering team against the spread in all of college basketball.
I guarantee you didn't know that.
And I guarantee they didn't know number 3 was who? Northern Kentucky.
That's right, not Kentucky.
Northern Kentucky. 21-9 against the spread, 70%. South Dakota, 20-9, 68.9 against the spread. And number 4, Middle Tennessee State, 24-11, hitting 68%. Those are the teams from last year that were the top covering teams.
Top
they
5.
all play this weekend.
Correct.
Like I said, put it together and figure it out.
Now, let me say something right there, because this is important, okay? Those are the top 5 covering teams against the spread in college basketball last season.
Correct.
Now, if you notice those teams, SMU, St. Peter's, North Kentucky, South Dakota, Middle Tennessee State, this is why college basketball, Steve, is so important. Those are schools that some of you probably never even heard of. In college basketball, there's over 200 schools that are on the board, on the board in Vegas and on
betting board, teams you don't even know.
Correct. They make lines on these teams. Guaranteed you don't know shit about North Kentucky or South Dakota or St. Peter's. These small schools in college basketball will make you an absolute fortune if you know what you're doing. And right there, 4 out of 5 of them, Steve, 4 out of 5 of those top 5 are little tiny schools that you've never even probably heard of.
Or bet on or watch.
Ever even thought about betting. You don't have to watch. That's a perfect example. You don't have to watch TV to get paid.
No, it's a perfect example of what we said earlier, not to be mean, but you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Are you going to watch a St. Peter's game on TV? Are you going to watch South Dakota on television? They're not even televised.
If you're going to bet intelligently and at least know what the fuck you're doing. If you're going to go into a blind, at least use our stats from last year and give yourself an honest fucking shot. You know what I mean?
God, please let us help you this college basketball season.
877-220-6540. Write this down. These are the teams that went over the most last year. These are the top teams that went to the over in the spread, okay? Number 1, Tulane, 21-6 to the over, 77%.
Another small school.
Well, small school,
The Green Wave, right? Tulane.
If you bet every game over for the entire season, 77%,
wow,
which is fucking amazing.
78% of their games went over.
If you bet Wake Forest to the over every game last year, you hit 73.3%.
That'll make you money.
If you hit North Dakota State over last year, 18-7, you hit 72% on the year. If you played Missouri State, you hit 70% on the year to the over. If you played Louisiana State and played the over all year long, you're 70%. Fucking amazing.
Syracuse fits in the top 6. 19-8 at 70%.
On the other side of the token, let's talk about some unders. These were the top teams to cover the under more than anybody else.
We got people rewinding the podcast right now.
Oh, that's a fucking fact.
To write that
to
shit
keep
down.
up, yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, go ahead and write this down, ladies and gentlemen. The top unders, to give yourself a top chance, UC Santa Barbara, 73.9%. If you bet them all year last year, you hit 73% with the under.
Yes, you did.
Texas, 68.7%. If you bet the under in Texas last year, 68%.
Santa Barbara.
Which is winning more than twice what you lose. Illinois, 22-11, which gets you at 66% for the year, which is winning twice what you lose.
67% of the Fighting Illini's games were unders last year.
Yep. Miami, 66% to the under. Jacksonville State, 66%.
Another small school. Did you ever hear of that one? Jacksonville State.
Washington, 66%.
UW.
And last but not least, the big V, Villanova.
Oh, the Wildcats can play some D, bro.
Have you noted these percentages to the under are quite lower than the over percentages?
Correct.
Huh?
So the highest under team was UC Santa Barbara. What are they, the Gauchos? 74% to the under.
63% versus 78% on Tulane to the over.
Yeah, all the other ones are between 66 and 69, which is still making some serious money.
Here's the bottom line. You don't know what you're doing right now in college basketball, you're going to lose your fucking ass. Leave it to the pros. Let me show you how to make a bunch of fucking money. I gave you some stats there just to raise your eyebrow so you know we know what the fuck we're doing. Call now so we can make some money. We're going to take a short little break. Right after that, we're going to get into some NFL, recap last week, and tell you how to get fucking paid this week. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
like making money, correct? I'm Steve Stevens. I'm the one that tells you who to bet. I'm not a bookie. I'm the Bookie Killer. Whether you're here in town on business or to flat out gamble, don't forget, sports betting is a multi-billion-dollar industry and you deserve your fair share. Call 877-220-6540 or go to VIPSportsLasVegas.com, mention this ad, and get a $500 personal play absolutely free. See you in the winner's circle.
BetDSI.com. Over 20 years in business, A-plus rated and fast and free payment of winnings with odds on all sports and global events. Get a free $25 right now to try the site and a 100% bonus on your first deposit. Go to BetDSI.com now because it's only a game until you bet it.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're tuned into the VIP Sports Podcast. I'm Darren Otero, a.k.a. Steve Stevens, sitting here with my co-host, the Big Skipper. He's constantly brushing his shoulders off. Or is that dusting your shoulders off, Skip?
Dust in the wind.
Or dust your shoulders. Go if it's dust your shoulders off.
Let me dust your bookie off, man. Your bookie's got a whole lot of money. Let me dust it off and let's go get it.
Let's make your bookie dust in the wind.
Yeah, let's wipe him out. Let's make him beg for mercy. And let's make him stop taking bets. That's what I want to do to him.
I told you, like in the first half of the show, college basketball is in full effect. There's plenty of money to make, but like I said, college football and NFL, here we are at week 10, week 11 in fucking college. The season is literally over the hill and almost over, to believe it or not, which is very disappointing because, like I said, football's a sport that guys like me and you wish would never end.
Unbelievable. Week 10 in the NFL.
Who's NFL brought to you by, Skip?
Where has time gone? Well, that's an easy one. It's brought to us by BetDSI.
Our boy Anthony Albanese.
Anthony. BetDSI, operating for more than 20 years. BetDSI.com is A+. A+ rated, offers fast payout winnings with the odds on all sports and all global events. From the player who demands it all, including office pools, poker rooms, horse wagering, skill games, to the whales out there, the big bettors, who need a no-nonsense, high-limit sports book. BetDSI.com is the perfect choice for that. So if you're looking for the best solution to place your action, go to BetDSI.com, use the promo code CHEDDAR to get a $25 wager for free on the house and a 200% bonus on your first deposit. That's the promo code again is CHEDDAR. BetDSI.com, where it's only a game until you bet it, Steve.
We're going to recap last week. We give you guys valuable information every single week nonstop. I don't know what else to do. You won't find another sports show that gives you valuable sports betting information from guys that are born and raised. Well, I'm born and raised in Las Vegas. From guys that are stationed out here in Las Vegas who actually bet 5 and 6 figures a game. So, you know, you'd rather hear it from the horse's mouth than his ass, wouldn't you? Yeah, because you don't want to get shit on. And that's what the bookie's been doing to people for the last fucking 3 months.
Don't get shit on.
But that should be the fucking
That should be our slogan.
You know, Jesse James used to be, fuck you, pay me.
Yeah.
Don't get shit on by your bookie.
Don't let your bookie shit on your head.
Tired of being shit on? Do you want to get cleaned up? Do you want...
You want a hot shower? Do you want to feel like $1 million? Do you want some of your bookie's money? Are you tired of getting shit on by your bookie?
Skip, if it wasn't my mistake, we said the visitor has lost the past 6 meetings in this series, going 1-5 against the spread. The total has gone over in 5 of the Eagles' last 7 games. Final was Eagles won 51-23. I think your exact quote was, "Fly, Eagles, fly."
Fly, Eagles, fly is what we said last week about the, specifically what I said about the Eagles and the Redskins game last week.
Well,
I mean the Eagles and the Broncos game last week. I said Denver's been on the road 3 straight games. They're 0-3 straight up, 0-3 against the spread on the road. And now they're heading into the link in Philly where they're going to have a big problem. The Eagles look great on paper, and they should stomp the Broncos.
Hey, they're the real deal.
What was the score?
51-23.
I'd say that was a mugging.
No, what we call it around here is an absolute blowout winner.
Yeah.
Absolute blowout winner.
And we also said 5 out of 7 of the Eagles' last 7 games, 5 of the last 7 have gone over. What else can we do for you? I mean,
we basically gave you Philly in the over last week. They both came in easy.
Sure enough, Philly.
We also said the total has gone under in 6 of the Falcons' last 8 games against the Panthers.
Yes, we did.
We also said the visiting team is 2-7 against the spread in its last 9 games in this matchup. What happened, Skip? Carolina covered, didn't
Carolina covered.
they? At home.
At home. Atlanta lost. Carolina won at home 20-17.
And the under came in real fucking easy.
And the under came in real easy. It did. Yes, it did.
So we gave you valuable information. Like I said, that was last week. Like I said, why don't we get into some previews this week so we can show you how to get fucking paid this week and then convince you to call me. I'm personally running a special and a promotion at the end of this podcast that's going to blow their fucking mind, Skip.
Wow.
You don't even know about it.
No, I don't.
And it's going to be something legit that you're really going to like. Let's get into a couple things this week. Games that you got to look out for. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we're not broadcasters. We're not here to go over every single game. We're not ESPN. We're not here to give you every marquee matchup. And we're sure as fuck not fantasy football. We're actually called reality football.
Yeah.
We bet big fucking money, and we work way too fucking hard to lose, and you fuck with us, we're guys that are going to do whatever it takes to get the job done. We'll hit the home run. You just run the bases.
Shout out to all those guys living in fantasy world. Come on over to reality. We'll make you some real money.
Yeah, no shit. Take your jersey off and put your chicken wings away.
Yeah.
Come on over to the reality. Anyway, a team that you got to watch out for who is on fire, and a team that I'm very excited about, and that's when the Saints come fucking marching in, Skip.
Oh, when the Saints come marching in.
Saints -3 against the Buffalo Bills should give you the chills this week, Skip. 46.5, Saints -3, coming off an ugly loss to New York Jets on Thursday Night Football. The Buffalo Bills are home underdogs in Week 10. Buffalo had started the season 4-0 against the spread, Skip. Did you hear me? Buffalo had started off 4-0 against the spread, straight up, and 4-0 straight up, and 3-0 against the spread at home. And with an average margin of victory of like 10, 11, 12 points?
What you're saying is the Buffalo Bills win at home and they cover at home.
Yeah.
However, they're
3-0.
a 3-point underdog in Buffalo this week against the Saints. Buffalo 4-0 straight up at home, 3-0-1 against the spread at home, and at home they win by an average of double digits, over 10 points a game.
Well, here's something that is a fact. The Saints have been solid on the road, going 3-1 straight up, and against the spread.
Okay, so something's going to have to give.
Correct.
The Saints have been solid on the road, 3-1 against the spread, against a team that's 3-0-1 against the spread at home, the Buffalo Bills.
I like the Saints. Buffalo's a solid team as well. This is the reason why we're talking about this game. It's a true marquee matchup that is a game that's actually blinding people with this line. It's not even going to match up even close to where the lines makers have this game. So,
well, tell them about the over-under, because here's something you might want to pay attention to.
The total has gone over in 11 of Buffalo's last 12 games at home.
Timeout. Let them write that down.
Buffalo has went to the over 11 out of the last 12 games at home.
Okay.
But there's a chance weather could become an issue for this game.
Be careful.
So the forecast currently calls for temperature in the 40s with precipitation possible.
It's going to be a little chilly up there in Buffalo, and the Saints might not like that. Drew Brees is not used to 37-degree weather. I mean, hell, the Saints play indoors, right?
Correct, in a diggity dome.
You ain't
but
lying.
that could make a life a little bit difficult for Drew Brizzle and the Saints who
ain't
play
lying.
indoors nonstop.
So
like
11-1 to the over, the Buffalo Bills when they play at home.
Sorry, hold on. Just bet the fucking over and take it as a gift, would you?
Be careful because of the weather.
You've got to watch for the weather.
Yeah, you can't fuck with Mother Nature.
That's correct. Anyway, moving on. Vikings at the Redskins, Skip. Vikings #1. If I'm not mistaken, our man's coming back, suiting up this week. Is that not correct?
Who's that?
Well, who's Minnesota's starting fucking quarterback, the superstar, buddy?
Oh, boy.
He's back.
The Redskins are underdogs in this game, but it's real tight, Steve. Minnesota's only -1.5. It's a tight game. Total's 42. What do you want me to know about this game?
Well, the Redskins are an underdog, like you said, for the 8th time in 9 games.
Wow.
You think the odds makers are showing Washington any fucking respect?
They're showing them no respect. Not only are they an underdog for the 8th time in 9 games this year, they're an underdog on their own damn field, Steve.
Yeah, that's fucking flat out embarrassing. What else, Skip?
The only time they were favored this year is when they played San Francisco, the 49ers, in Week 6. And I got high school teams that are favored against the 49ers, Steve. I mean, they were favored in that game, and they fell well short of covering the spread. Washington was -12 in that game against the 49ers, and if I'm not mistaken, they won by 2 fucking points. So this team, Washington, is a fucking disgrace.
And then on the other side, I mean, I could have swore I heard Bridgewater was suiting up, getting ready to play this week. So who knows? And like I said,
Team trends that are working against Washington in this situation?
that's what I wanted to talk about because that's the only really thing you can look at if you're going to bet this game. Some of the trends that are working against Washington, which covered just once in his last 6 home games and is 1-5 against the fucking spread.
Okay, time out. Do you hear what he said? 1-5. Washington Redskins 1-5 against the spread at home. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm helping you, man. I'm calling timeout so you can write the shit down.
Vikings gone beneath the total 16 times in their previous 24 road games.
Wow. Minnesota Vikings
Have gone beneath the total 16 times
16-8.
in their previous 24 games, while the Redskins have played the over 22 of their previous 29 games.
Okay, now timeout again. We got a conflict here.
You got
Steve.
an over and an under.
We got a conflict. We got the Minnesota Vikings.
All over and under it.
The Minnesota Vikings 16-8 to the under the last 24 times they've gone on the road. However, the Washington Redskins 22-7 to the over. Overall, their last 29 games, 22 of them have gone over. Washington has no defense and they put up points. So 22 out of the last 29 games have gone over for the Redskins. And when Minnesota plays on the road, 16-8 to the under. Something's got to give, my friend.
One of the biggest marquee matchups of the week, Dallas Cowboys at the Atlanta Falcons -3. Cowboy fans are all excited. I'll give it to them. They looked good last week. They got all pumped up. They think they're the team that they need to be right now, so they got a little confidence going in this game.
They got no chance in the division.
No. Falcons opened up
Fuck
as
the Eagles all the way.
Yeah. Falcons opened up as a 3-point favorite, and the total was 53 early in the week, Skip.
Mm-hmm.
Falcons are 0-4 against the spread. So all you dirty birds and ATL birds out there and guys that love your fucking team, you're 0-4 against the spread in their last 4 games after a straight-up loss. So write that down.
So when they lose a game,
Correct.
the following week,
They're 0-4.
they're 0-4 against the spread the second week after they've lost the week before. And in addition to that,
They're 0-5 against the spread in their last 5 games overall.
they haven't covered their last 5 games, people.
They don't cover. Like I said.
If you're betting Atlanta, you're getting annihilated.
Yeah, you better go get a blanket to cover up because they're not covering at all, my friend.
Can Atlanta turn things around, Steve?
This is going to be the game that's going to decide that, if you ask me, Skip.
This is their whole fucking season.
It is. They need to come out and play like the Atlanta Falcons that I know, you know, and who they think they are. Because if they come out with a shit performance and lose to the Cowboys, I'd have to say they'd be all around fucked.
Atlanta's been playing very well on the road heading into this season. They had great ATS numbers on the road, as we told you a few podcasts back. They're definitely going to need it.
Well, going against the fucking Cowboys that are 3-0, both straight up and against the spread in the last 3 times out, after beating Kansas City last week 28-17 and covering as a 3-point fucking favorite.
Yep.
Falcons are coming off another tough defeat, 2017 decision at Carolina last week.
Yep.
It's proven they don't win coming off a loss. Dallas is excited right now. It's definitely a game you got to watch out for. You want to get paid, give me a call.
Here's something you got to know in this series before we let it go and move into college football. When the Cowboys and the Falcons get together, people, the favorite team has won 12 out of 15 times. So the odds makers are extremely tight when it comes to this series.
Oh, tighter than a mouse's pussy.
In other words, the team that the odds makers say will win usually wins this series 12 out of the last 15 times. So that would lean towards Atlanta. That's just a heavy lean, 12-3 lean towards Atlanta in this game.
Well, that's pretty good information if you ask me, Skip. But like I said, this week is very, very scary due to the fact that you have so much college basketball. You got NBA, so many college football games, and NFL. Your head's just spinning in circles. But with this much information out there, you got to ask yourself, don't you think somebody knows what the fuck they're doing to get paid, my friend?
Yeah, stop throwing darts and stop guessing. You deserve better for yourself.
We're going to just go into a small little college football segment here because, like I said, most of our stuff is in full effect, like I said. And
We got to stop giving them too much. We give them too much, and they won't call us, Steve.
yeah, no shit. NCAA double football, we're going to get into right now. NCAA football is brought to you by TrueCar.
Yes.
By TrueCar. When you're looking for to buy a new or used vehicle, you can easily find the car you want and be confident you're getting a fair price using TrueCar. Find out what other people in your area paid for the actual car you want and get real pricing on actual inventory. The competitive tool is offered exclusively from a TrueCar certified dealer and is pricing you'll see before going to the dealership. As a TrueCar customer, you're more likely to enjoy a faster buying process from the carefully curated network of certified dealers committed to transparency and offering you the best possible price. With more than 3 million cars sold over at 13,000 dealerships nationwide, TrueCar helps in average earnings of more than $3,000 off the MSRP. So if you want to feel empowered and confident with your car buying experience, visit TrueCar.com today. Some features may not apply in all states.
Not every state does it apply.
TrueCar is the future of car buying. Anyway, we're going to recap some college football last week. Skip, tell them what we said. Let's just get into it, dude.
Well, when it came to college football last week, I mean, we told you about Alabama. We said Alabama is 9-3.
Roll fucking Tide.
Alabama's 9-3 in the last 12 games against the spread when they play the SEC conference. Okay? Well, sure enough, we also said be careful because they're 2-3 against the spread at home. They like to whoop ass against the SEC. However, out of the last 5 games at home, Alabama's only covered twice at home in the last 5 home games. So we told you to be careful. We also told you that the game was going to go under, and it's been an under in 5 of LSU's last 7 games against Alabama.
Yeah, 24-10 was the final, to be exact.
Alabama won 24-10. It was well under the 48 or 49, whatever the total was. Actually, the total came down to 46.5 because a lot of people, by game time, so a lot of people had obviously been listening to what we told them. It was a stone-cold under, never in doubt, and Alabama, once again, failed to cover the spread at home, Steve.
Yeah. Well, we also said both Oklahoma State and Oklahoma had favorable against the spread trends, if I wasn't mistaken.
We gave them the Oklahoma
The total has gone over in 14 of Oklahoma State's last 16 games at home. Game went fucking way over, 76-point total. Sooners won 62-52, 114 fucking points.
We told you that game was going over. And not only did it go over, what was it, the highest scoring game in the last 3 weeks? 114 points.
You talk about a high-scoring game, and we told you that, ladies and gentlemen, so listen close when we tell you shit. Let's move into Saturday's primetime, if you don't mind, Skip. Everybody's talking about this game. Everybody's talking about Miami's ready. They're going to get the job done. You got number 3, Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish. They play Miami in Miami. Spread is Notre Dame minus 3.5. 57.5. So Miami's at home as an underdog, 3.5. What do you think about this game, Skip?
Well, Notre Dame is for real. I don't know if you've been sleeping with a leprechaun. I don't know if you got a horseshoe up your ass.
But you definitely got the luck of the Irish.
You just simply may have the luck of the Irish. Ever since you put that helmet on your desk, Steve,
yeah.
I don't know if it's an omen. I don't know if you did it on purpose.
Yeah.
If you think this is the best team in the country, I know one thing.
This is Rudy's helmet.
They're ranked number 3 right now, and their only loss has been to Georgia by 1 point back in week 2. Notre Dame's for real, Steve. They're 8-1 straight up, 7-2 against the spread this year. They're just rolling through opponents. They're just crushing people. 7 of its 8 wins this season have come by 20 points or more.
So when they beat people, they pound them.
They don't just beat them. They beat their ass like I'm going to beat your bookie if you allow me to. Last week's victory was not as close as the final score may indicate. They beat Wake Forest last week 48-37, but they pounded them. It got a little close at the end, gave up a couple senseless points. But go ahead about Miami.
Meanwhile, Miami might be coming off its best performance of the season, if you ask me. But before that, Hurricanes struggled with teams like 4-5 Syracuse, 1-8 North Carolina. You're struggling against North Carolina. Shame on you.
Miami won 28-10 last week against Virginia Tech, who's a solid team. And Miami did look really good last week. They won that game over Virginia Tech by 18 points. Miami's 8-0 straight up this year. However, pay attention. They're only 4-4 against the spread.
Well, this is you don't bet this game at all. You don't bet the side. You bet the total. I'm going to give you one stat, and then we're going to move on. The total has gone under in Miami's last 6 games. Right there. Moving on, number 2, Alabama, number 14, minus 14. Number 2, Alabama, minus 14. At number 16, Mississippi State. Crimson Tide opened up as a 14.5-point favorite. Tide has won the last 2 meetings with Mississippi State by a combined score of 82.9 points. Is this even fucking real?
Let's repeat that.
Yeah,
the Alabama Crimson Tide
correct.
have won the last 2 meetings against Mississippi State by 82-9. The last 2 years they've played Mississippi State.
82-9 differential.
82-9.
That's an extra 70 points for you there in 2 games, 35 a game.
We just got done saying Alabama doesn't cover at home. Well, guess what? They're not at home.
That's a fucking fact. Here's one piece that you do need to know. The Tide have won the last 2 meetings with Mississippi State, like you said, 82-9. Crimson Tides are 9-2, however, against the spread over their last 11 road games.
Alabama covers on the road. They don't cover at home. How many times do we got to spell it out?
Total has gone under in 8 of Alabama's last 10 games against Mississippi State. So the last 10 times they played, 8 times it's went under.
So here's another scenario. Just like last week, we told you about the Alabama game and the trend to the unders, and sure enough, it was way under. Well, once again this week, Alabama 9-2 against the spread on the road, and they're on the road, and the totals is a heavy, heavy trend to the under, people.
Yeah, that's a fucking fact. So, like I said, Mississippi State also, though, is 5-0 straight up and 4-1 against the spread.
Doesn't
and
matter.
its last 5 games at home.
Doesn't matter.
I'm just throwing it out there. Then you got the marquee matchup, which is a game that I'm betting gigantic fucking money on. Number 1 Georgia minus 2.5 against number 10 Auburn. Georgia Bulldogs hold the upper hand in the recent series with Auburn Tigers winning 9 of the last 11 meetings straight up and going 8-3 against the spread, which is unfucking believable. In the 121st edition of the Deep South's oldest rivalry, the Bulldogs battled the Tigers on Saturday afternoon at Jordan-Hare Stadium.
Yeah, they do.
Bulldogs open up as a 1-point favorite. Georgia is 3-0 against the spread in its last 3 games against Auburn, and the total has gone under in Georgia's last 3 games against Auburn as well. So,
well, Georgia's now up to -2, 2.5 against Auburn in this game. The total's sitting at 47, Steve. Georgia 9-0 this year, 9-0 straight up, 6-3 against the spread overall this year. And out of those 9 games they've played, they've covered 6 and 6-3 to the under. So Georgia's 6-3 against the spread this year and 6-3 to the under. On the flip side, Auburn 7-2 straight up, only 3, 4, and 2 against the spread. So out of the 9 games that Auburn's played this year, people, they've only covered 3 of them.
period. So games to look out for this weekend, like I said, that are going to get the job done. Notre Dame, Miami, Alabama, Mississippi State. We said Georgia, Auburn. And like I said, those are going to be big monies to bet on. NBA, I'm not even going to lie to you. It's not even worth our breath right now. You should not be betting your money on the fuck. Listen, I'm just telling you right now.
There might be 2 or 3 plays in the NBA that are worth any kind of serious
You mean
money.
a week?
Yeah,
A week?
A week, yeah.
Yeah. Right now, with all this fucking college football and college basketball
And hockey.
there's no business to be looking for your big game to be in the NBA at all. And if that's what you're doing, you're dead fucking wrong, and you want to get off it, like I said.
Amen.
All right? But one thing that I do want to shout out is to the Celtics. Boston won their 10th fucking straight game Wednesday. They are now 9-2 against the spread. Best in the fucking league against the spread. Doing it without Gordon Hayward, obviously, and rookie Jason Tatum went down with an ankle injury in their win against the Lakers Wednesday. Detroit and Philly are right behind and are both 8-2 against the spread. So if you are fucking around in basketball, the teams that are covered against the spread right now, no doubt, Detroit, Philly, goddamn, Philly's having a good year.
Philly was the number 1 team against the spread last year in the NBA, folks, and they're doing it again this year.
They're doing it again this year.
That's all you need to know.
But joining them this year is Boston and Detroit. So like I said, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, you know, people always come up to me, they're like, Steve, how do you get focused? I told you guys last year that, you know, you need to reinvent yourself, and that's what you need to do. In a hustler's world, in a salesman's world, you got to find a reason to grind. If you have no reasoning behind working hard every day, you're not going to get anywhere. It's like running a race and not knowing where the finish line is. You have to put your mind and focus what your fucking goal is and why you want to grind. And right now, the reason for me to grind is my family. I get in my fucking car to come to work to go make sure that my son and daughter have the life that I didn't. And make sure that they can be smart, go to college, and be successful people and have a whole different upbringing than I did. I mean, don't get me wrong. coming up in the streets made me street smart. There's a lot of things that I want to give to my kids as far as street smarts, but there's a lot of things that I did that I don't want the kids to have. You know what I mean, Skip? So that's why I say you got to stay focused. You got to put your mind somewhere straight. And at the end of the day, guys, here's another thing, and I'm going to make it very, very clear right now, and we're going to end the podcast.
Don't forget the promo.
I'm doing it right now, Skip, and you're gonna shit your fucking pants and get ready for a bunch.
Not again.
Get ready for a bunch of fucking
Not
calls.
again.
Yeah, you're gonna shit just like you did at the bar the other morning.
Jesus Christ.
Here's the deal. Everybody talks about VIP plays. Everybody talks about owner selections. Everyone talks about our action plays, but no one ever talks about Steve Stevens' personal plays. Why? Because no one buys them. They're $2,500 a piece. So if you're betting no one buys them. Should I say? A nickel dime player can't buy them because it doesn't make legal logistic sense at all to pay $2,500 for a game that you're betting $500 on. You understand, Skip? Mm-hmm. So here's what I'm going to do one time and one time only. I've never done this, and I'm doing it for everybody out there that's listening to the podcast. And I don't care if you've signed up before. I don't care if you've had another promotion. You'll never have this opportunity ever in your motherfucking life. You call me right now today. I'm going to give you 7 days of my personal plays. Not my action plays, not my VIP plays, not my owner selections. I'm going to give you 7 days of my personal plays, which are games that I charge $2,500 each for. The same games that I'm betting, same game Floyd Mayweather Jr. bets, same games all the six-figure bettors are pounding to make a fucking joke out of it. Rather than charge you $2,500 for one game or $12,000 for a week, you get to deal with me, Steve Stevens, personally, for 1 week for $250 fucking bucks. Oh, I'm gonna make a fucking joke out of it. And the only reason why I'm doing that, now listen to me, don't call my office and spend $250 if you don't have any intentions of reinvesting your money. I want to make that very clear because Skip and I have had a lot of guys call here, spend $99 on a promotion, make $4,000, and then run into the wilderness. They disconnect their phone, and we don't ever hear from them again. You're not the type of clients we want. If you're a guy that's in it for the long haul, you're a guy that wants to make a second income, you're a guy that wants the finer things in life, you're a guy whose family deserves the better things in life, let me fucking do my job. I'm going to give you a week of my personal plays for $250. You'll never find it again, and you can deal with me personally, and you can go fucking write about that on the internet, how I take you 80 fucking %. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
Like I said, there's winners and losers. Which one are you? Don't let the players be the only ones to get paid. On the behalf of Steve Stevens, myself, the Big Skipper, and the crew here at VIP Sports, we love you. And like I said, let's go get that fucking money. Fair enough?
It must be the money talking.
It's Steve Stevens, I bust your bookie head open. Split it to the white meat, I ain't joking. Me and Dirt Bomb in the ghost float. Straight OG like that kush I be smoking. It's way too potent for rookies to come hit it. A little white girl around, I might sniff it. Poppin' bub in the club, so twisted. My pops keeps telling me to go get it. So I'm at the sports book, betting big on the Clippers. I'm talking about 5 figures, I need a few shots of liquor. Might need another zipper if the bomb play me. Fuck around and put $500,000 on Tom Brady.